Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thanks for joining me for Try It Out Tuesday. Today we are going to use a background stamp from Stampers Anonymous from Tim Holtz. I have never used one of these before, but I love the print. The print actually reminds me of my purse. And then I've never used the Gina K Designs stamp set. And I've been looking for sets and stamps that have solid images in them so I can use my ink pads. That's what so I can do less coloring and more inking. I really enjoy doing that, so I thought this would be perfect for that. Now these background stamps will fit the length of an A2 size card base, but it doesn't fit the width. It's about maybe a quarter inch shy, but the print on there is so neat. It actually reminds me of my purse. Maybe that's why I picked it up, but I thought it'd be fun background for my project today. Okay, we're going to bring in some distressed oxide inks and do some stamping with our ink pads. I'm going to start off with Tattered Rose. It's a very pale, soft, rosy pink. I'm going to ink that up. I'm inking up the largest rose in the stamp set. And then I have full coverage here. And then I'm going to take my worn lipstick and a finger dauber, and I'm going to add a little bit of this dark pink on the center of my flower. This is going to give me a two-tone gradient look, and I think it's just going to add a little bit more depth and dimension to that beautiful flower. I'm only going to stamp one of the largest roses. We're going to work on the smaller rose next. I'm not going to use the Tattered Rose ink. We're going to just use the worn lipstick and bring in a darker ink. I'm going to bring in Aged Mahogany Distress Oxide ink, and using my finger dauber, I'm going to add ink to the center. Now, I thought this was a little bit too much Aged Mahogany. When I stamped it, it was too dark. I was going for a very soft look, and even that turned out real pretty, but it just wasn't the look that I was looking for. So we're going to do a redo. I'll ink up my small rose, and this time we're going to go around the edge with the Aged Mahogany. And I was happier with that. It gave me the dimension that I wanted, but not in the depth, but not that deep, rich color. We're going to stamp it twice the same way. So I have two small roses and one large. And then we're going to stamp the leaves. Basically, we're going to do the same thing with our leaves. Use two different shades of green. We're going to stamp the largest leaf image in the stamp set with Shabby Shutters. It's a very pale olivey ink. And then I'm going to take two of the single leaves, and we're going to do the same thing with that. We'll just ink up our leaf and then add some peeled paint just to the edges, just for a little bit of depth with these leaves. Now, I think coordinating die sets are available with this stamp set. It's a 4x4 stamp set. It's a smaller one. And if they are, I'll link them down below. But when images are like this, it's pretty easy for me to fussy cut out. I don't mind doing that. We're going to stamp this image twice. And then I'm going to take the two individual leaves and do the exact same thing. Ink up with my Shabby Shutters and then add a little bit of detail using my finger dauber with my peeled paint. Easy peasy. I just love the outcome when I do this. And then with regular ink pads, I like doing this too. Add a little extra color. Okay, so those are ready to go. We'll put these inks aside, and now we're going to stamp our sentiment. Oh my goodness, there's some beautiful sentiments in the stamp set. I chose the one that says, "So grateful to have a friend like you." I thought it would go pretty with my my card today. So we're going to use that and ink it up with just black ink. I'm using my versafine onyx black ink. We're going to stamp that on another piece of white cardstock. The cardstock that I'm using to stamp on for today's card is my Cougar Digital. It's my bright white heavyweight cardstock. So everything kind of coordinates. Okay, my sentiment stamped, and then I thought, you know what, I want to bring in a little bit more softness. So there's like a daisy kind of a type flower. I took the smallest one in the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that 3 times with my Tattered Rose. This light ink's just going to bring a little bit more brightness to my little arrangement. Okay, I'm going to take a double stitch circle die and cut out my sentiment. And the set that I have, I couldn't find one, either was too big or too small, so I'm going to bring in my infinity dies here, and then I'm just going to find one that matches that beautifully and then I'll tape it down, and then we're going to run this through the die cut machine. Okay. Once our sentiments die cut out, that's ready to go. Now we're going to work on our background stamp. We'll set these aside, and I'm going to fussy cut out my images here just using my scissors, and I'll leave a little bit of a white border around it. Okay, I like that there's 2 in this pack. I don't know. I think they're about $10 each. Well, if you put them both together, I think they're like $18 or $19. Pretty inexpensive. I'll list them below, and I think I may have got them on sale too. Okay, I'm going to take my image, and I removed the pad from my Misty. I thought I'd bring in the Misty, and I'm going to ink it up with my versafine onyx black ink. I thought black and white would be really pretty for my background, and it stamped perfect the first time. Love that. I'll just clean this off, and then you can see it doesn't go all the way the width of my panel, but no worries. I always like to trim it down. So I'm going to take a double stitched rectangle die, and that's the nice thing about plaids is you can line them up with the lines on the plaids and get it straight. I'll run this through the die cut machine and then adhere this to an A2 size card base just using my tape runner. So it's all ready to go. Okay, all my images are fussy cut out. They were really easy to cut out, and I'm going to add foam adhesive behind my sentiment and all of my elements here, and I'm just going to kind of arrange them. While I arrange them, I want to apologize if I sound a little bit nasally. We have had a flu bug that's going around the household, and it started with the kids, nursed them back to health, and then now, of course, mom's getting it, and then dad's getting it too. So we've been eating a lot of chicken soup, drinking a lot of orange juice, trying to kick it, but no worries, we'll get better. Okay, we're just kind of playing around with our arrangement, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking I don't like those 2 leaves right next to the sentiment. That really bothers me, so we're gonna fix that. I have this larger leaf, and can't find a home for it just yet, but I think I want to add it on the very top, making the green a little bit heavier on the top. I kind of been liking that look. So that's ready to go. Now all we have to do is add a few little bells and whistles. I'm going to bring in some strawberry coulis. These are Nouveau Jewel Drops. They'll dry translucent. These actually dry a rich reddish color, which I thought would be real pretty. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle with some clear sequins. And then that finishes off my card for today, guys. I think it turned out real pretty. I love floral-y cards like this. And kind of makes me want to wear a pink outfit when I carry my purse. I know, silly. But I did leave the cleanup in. I just sped it up a little bit. But as I clean up, I wanted to chat through it, but I'm afraid I won't make it. I'm afraid I'm going to cough through it. So I want to play some music for you guys while I do my cleanup. But I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all your lovely comments. I appreciate them so much. Have a fabulous day, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.